So next up, we are going to go to one-stop solution for ISPs, which is going to be presented by Jonathan Chang, who's the director at Sunnyside Groups. And Jonathan is the founder of Sunnyside Industrial Supplies. It's a firm that positioned itself as a one-stop solution provider for rural ISPs since its inception in Alberta in 2016. Sunnyside's been able to provide a wide range of services, including site survey, technical planning, network design, cost estimation, and the provision of Tier 1 brand OSP materials such as fiber, multi-way duct, and xGPON. So prior to Sunnyside, Jonathan worked at a world-leading fixed network manufacturer in Asia and North America for over 20 years. So welcome, Jonathan. Coming up, and happy to see you here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Bob, and your team to make this happen. It's amazing. It's much better than Zoom meeting. Okay, so today I'm going to share what I learned in the past few years to work with the rural ISP and how to solve them, and then talk about one-stop shopping. So we have a booth over there, number 24. So yeah, after this one, we can meet over there to talk about further. Yeah, you can keep the slides moving because I want you to focus on the communication. What I learned is small ISPs difficulties is they very hard for them to identify the cost and the schedule and the scope before they really kick off this whole process. So what I suggest here is we need to do some feasibility works before we really kick off this process. In the past few years, there are many progress, like in survey. Now we have UAV drone and vehicle radar to conduct those field survey, which is more efficient. So those are available in Western Canada and a very cost-effective way to do so. And for the cable laying, you guys know the air blow technology is so mature. Those 2 kilometers conduit to blow in this cable, it's taken only 20 minutes. I saw this in many rural areas in Alberta, and it's amazing. Not that challenge as we thought. So there are some part of the scope you must know, like a crossing. Really, you can keep the slides going. No matter so when the ISP or the potential ISP, they are applying the fund, they want to know what's the real cost I'm going to spend to build such a network. As I tell you, you have to do some survey and high-level planning works. Especially, you have to know how many roughly crossing you're going to have, and that is the most challenging part you're going to deal with. But the good news is we found it's not that hard if you really involve those local construction firm and the permitting firm with those survey and the design document in hand. Because once you kick off that process, you can do it in parallel. For example, one project we're working with ISP in Alberta, it's 76 kilometers fiber loop. They have about 220 crossings. So I encourage them to hire the local construction firm or permitting firm to kick off those application in parallel. Don't do them in serial, because you do it in serial, some of those permits take 26 weeks to get feedback. Some of them only take 4 weeks. So if you have those survey design job done, then it's much, it gives you more room and confidence to manage your schedule. That's what I want to share here. So, yeah, here show you some this is very challenging part to crossing Highway 2 in Alberta. What we found is that there is no high impact below those bridge flying the highway. So you have to do the trenching from the ramp to the highway and to both, actually that's the northbound highway, and you have to hunt the hole each side of those trenching. But once that job get done, I believe the other work is much easy. I always remind myself, my mom told me, you have to deal with the hard work because you deserve more reward later. Yeah, if you do this and you're going to find the other players, they will come to show their respect to you, right? Yeah. Anyway, talking about those infrastructure, what come to my mind is if the people living the both side of the river, they said we need the infrastructure, and actually they mean they need a bridge. If you send them a helicopter, say, oh, okay, take this, we make the cost affordable for you, but you should understand that is a transit solution. Actually, people need a bridge. So I believe fiber cable-based fixed network is the infrastructure we need to run this high-speed internet across Canada. That's what I believe. So it's hard work, but it's deserved to do. And back to one-stop shopping, actually, to my understanding, now the global supplier chain tense really cause the lead time become so long. What I learned is the major fiber cable lead time could be 6 months, even longer. But we work with Fiber Home, which is one of the largest fiber cable and OSP manufacturer in the world. They have 8 factories. So they produce this fiber cable by drop this glass per form, and that's why they still can manage to produce such a massive fiber cable. And our typical lead time is from order placed till you receive on site is 10 to 12 weeks. Even now, we can manage that. And we have done project in many provinces, including Michael mentioned, Haidagui, actually in their island, part of those cable was provided by us. And in Alberta, Grand Prairie and Red Deer, we work with the local ISP. And I think we both learn a lot from those kind of work experience. And actually, I want to see here is this time I see how the CRTC officers quickly respond, right, to those ISPs' voice. And what I want to see here is we are available to work with those small ISP. And now is a good, perfect time window from May to August. If you want to conduct survey and the feasibility study, we are available. We can consolidate those trips together to go to the site with your team, use a drone and a vehicle radar to do a quick survey to count those crossing and get your cost estimate done before you submit your application. I think that will increase your chance to win those program, and that's is my wish. And we are, I want to thank everyone again, and we're going to be there over the booth to have a further answer to your question. Thanks again. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks. That was a great presentation. So we're actually a little ahead of the schedule, which is a good thing, I think, being that we're all maybe losing a little energy. So we're at 2:00 now. So we'll just pull our schedule ahead by 15 minutes in every direction. So we'll take a half-hour coffee break right now. We'll be back at 2:30. And then we'll get through our final two presentations, and then we'll all call it a job well done. So half an hour, take another coffee break, and we'll see you back here.